Attendance is receiving a failing grade in school districts. The U.S. Department of Education says in the 2022-2023 school year, nearly 28% of the student population was chronically absent, a substantial increase from the 2019 pre-pandemic rate of 16%.
Chronic absenteeism is generally defined as missing at least 10% of school days a year, including excused and unexcused absences. Research from the Robert Wood Foundation shows chronically absent students are at higher risk for adverse outcomes later in life, including diminished health, increased involvement in crime, and fewer job opportunities.
Reporter Peter Zampa travels to Michigan to find out how leaders are working to keep kids in class and provide them with a promising future.
So this is our Race for Attendance Challenge Board.
At Pulaski Elementary School, steady wins the race. Miss Jackson shows us a school-wide challenge to make sure young minds are present. A class's car moves up when it has the best attendance, and making it to the finish line gets them a party.
They start cheering, celebrating one another, and when we don't make it, then they hold each other accountable.
Now, this is just one way to get kids in class, because when kids aren't in school, they're missing important lessons. Grades suffer, the odds of dropping out increase, and that can impact job prospects and future well-being. Taking jobs that don't offer insurance could mean less doctor visits and poor health later in life.
Each and every day, we call the parents for the students that are absent. We're making those connections. We're forming those relationships. They genuinely know that you care for them. Then once you build that trust, then they're willing to be open to learn.
Flags of universities hang in the hallways at Pulaski, a dangling reminder of the opportunities for students who show up.
You can do anything you want to do, and I know that because I'm a product of the district. I once sat where you sat, so I know it's possible.
As a pastor at Baber Memorial Church, Reverend Larry Simmons would see kids out on the streets during school hours. It opened his eyes to the severity of this problem and its many causes.
We thought we knew what the problem was. We just have to pick up the kids and take them to school.
But transportation isn't the only issue. Some parents work abnormal hours. They aren't home to make sure their kids go to school. Sometimes unstable housing is the culprit, or just a lack of clean clothes.
It's not that people are poor don't know that their kids need to be in school. It's that people who are poor have such challenges to accomplish the things those of us who are not poor take for granted.
What is the tangible impact of chronic absence on this community?
It breaks my heart. I've seen the effect of not having an education in this economy, and you're condemning yourself and your children, and maybe even their children's children, to a life of struggle. But it's hard for me to pull myself up by bootstraps if I don't have boots. Is it possible that some boots could be made available?
The fight will continue with teachers like Miss Jackson showing love every day, and leaders like Simmons investing decades of his life in his community.
Just as there are those moments where I am literally brought to my knees in tears, there are those moments when I jump up and cheer and say, we can do this. We can do this.
Experts say there's not a one-size-fits-all solution to chronic absenteeism. The website School Mid suggests teachers try to cultivate a strong relationship with their students or even implement a mentorship program. Teachers should provide support for chronically absent students when they return to class, including making sure they're not drowning in missed work. Try to use positive reinforcement to improve student attendance and attempt to get families involved with their child's attendance before it becomes a problem.